Hey, Three Count Wrestling fans, it's Heath Mullikin with your Redemption Rundown. We're only a little over a week away until our show, September the 10th, at Boiling Springs High School in Boiling Springs, South Carolina. It is going to be a great night of Three Count Pro Wrestling action. If you were at our show in Boiling Springs in February, you know what you're in store for on September the 10th. There are so many things happening right now in Three Count Pro Wrestling. Number one, you see that I'm by myself today. My broadcast partner, Mark Whitman, is fulfilling his duties, and he is serving today with the Mayor of Liberty and Three Count Commissioner Eric Bowman, following the match at Total Control, where Eric Bowman beat Tim Smith. He won total control of Three Count Wrestling, and he also won the services of Mark Whitman for 30 days. So I'm anxious to see what Mark has been doing these past few weeks. But on September the 10th, you're going to see one of the hottest tag teams in the United States, Team Y2X, Brandon Paradise and Nick Kismet. Back in Liberty just a few weeks ago, the Highland Embassy slashed all of Brandon Paradise's tires, allegedly, and Nick Kismet was forced to face them in a handicap match. He overcame all the odds and beat them that night. And Team Y2X is going to be facing the unpredictable and always exciting Rob Killjoy and a mystery partner. And I have been told by some of the higher-ups in Three Count Pro Wrestling that this match could have major implications as we move toward crowning Three Count Tag Team Champions. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be a great match. Speaking of titles, we are in the midst of our next level title tournament. In Liberty, Joshua O'Gillespie won via forfeit when he paid off his opponent. Stony Hooker defeated Bryce Anthony, and Oscar defeated Tracer X. And on September the 10th, in the semifinals, it will be Stony Hooker versus Osgard, and the winner is going to advance to December 3rd, Country Santa Clash, to the finals of the next level title tournament. I mentioned Tracer X. He's going to be in action September 10th, trying to overcome his loss in the tournament to Osgard, but Tracer X is an outstanding athlete, outstanding presence of mind. I know he's going to be ready for a fight on September the 10th. We're also going to see what's going on now with the Highland Embassy. They kicked Scott Stallion out in Liberty and brutally attacked him. And Scott Stallion at the end of the show came out against the doctor's orders. And so in Boiling Springs, who knows what the Highland Embassy is going to have in store for Scott Stallion. All we know is Joshua O'Gillespie, the Scottish Prince, will be in action. The Duke of St. Andrews, J.C. Harper, will be in action. And also, we're going to get the final first round match in that next level title tournament. The competitors will be named the night of the show. And then we've got the situation with Ace Armstrong and Tim Smith. Ace Armstrong lost by disqualification to Three Count Heavyweight Champion Ken Magnum in Liberty, and told the crowd and God and his father and everybody that he will not let anyone or anything stand in his way until he gets his hands on Tim Smith. And so there are a lot of eyes on this huge main event. Perhaps, undoubtedly, the biggest match, the most important match of Scott Stallion's career. You've seen the video, folks. Ken Magnum and Tim Smith interrupted the Boiling Springs pep rally just a few weeks ago. Interrupted that pep rally, attempted to steal the spirit stick, and Ken Magnum made a challenge to Scott Stallion. He said in February that he had put the 3 count title on the line, and he challenged Scott Stallion to put what was important to him on the line. And so Scott Stallion, on September the 10th, he has put his teaching career on the line. So in this match, Scott Stallion versus the 3-count heavyweight champion Ken Magnum. If Scott Stallion loses, whether it's pinfall, submission, count out, disqualification, Scott Stallion will be forced to resign his position as a teacher at Bowling Springs High School. And even more than that, folks, he will have to turn in his state teaching license. A lot's on the line, September the 10th. And you don't want to miss it. Make sure you go and like our Facebook page, 3 Count Pro Wrestling, so you can keep up with all the news. We're on YouTube, also 3 Count Pro Wrestling. Subscribe and you'll get all the great videos, what happens between the shows. You'll get some inside video on what Mark has been doing for Mayor and Commissioner Eric Bowman. You can follow us on Twitter at 3CPW, and we're now on Instagram at 3 Count Pro. So make sure you follow us. Make sure you keep up with all the great things that are happening. But more importantly, do not miss this great night of professional wrestling action, September 10th, Bowling Springs High School. Doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7:30. You don't want to miss a second. I'm Heath Mullikin, and we'll see you on September the 10th.